Hi everyone, I wanted to go ahead and give you some ways that you can add various media files into a Google slideshow. I work with Google Slides a lot because they're easy to share out with my students via Google Classroom. I know a lot of you are probably more familiar with using PowerPoint. It's really easy to work with. All you have to do is go up to Insert right here, click that drop down menu and go to video. You can search for things on YouTube this way. I like to use timers. I know I've shared that with you, and you can go ahead and just embed by clicking on that and hitting select. Another way I go ahead and use this is I actually use YouTube videos that I create and paste them in. I do this a lot for my directions. So let's say you want to go ahead and do that. You could work on YouTube, which I'll talk about in a second. But you also could save a file to your drive and upload it directly that way if that was something that was easier for you. Let's go ahead and talk about YouTube, because if you ever wanted to go ahead and work with Flipped Classroom, this would be a really good thing for you to know. So I'm going to go to YouTube's website, and I'm going to go ahead and click over here so that I can upload a video. I'm going to use the MP4 I have right here, and I'm just going to drag and drop it right over there. And then you'll notice it'll kind of give you a little time frame for how long it's going to take for you to upload. You have the option to change the title and give it a description. And if you wanted to add some tags. When you're done, you're going to have to go ahead and hit publish over here. There are more advanced settings that you can play around with. I'm not going to go ahead and do that today. Another thing you can kind of think about is what the screen is going to look like. You can change that little screen. There's, I think, 3 examples that you can go ahead and work on. Another thing you can think more about is if you want this to be a public video or unlisted video or private video. If you're going to be working with students, you might choose to make it unlisted. I don't have anything personally that I am worried about people seeing, so I always just make it public. The great thing about any videos that you do upload into Google Classroom, or I'm sorry, YouTube, is that you will have these in here and you can use them consecutive years. So I'm going to go ahead, now that that video is uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and hit publish, and it's doing just a little bit of processing, but as it's doing that, one thing it's going to give me is the URL of that YouTube. So what I can go ahead and do is take that URL, I can copy the link, and then I can go back to my Google slide presentation, and that's where I can go ahead and paste this guy into here. Now you'll notice it just popped up. Right now I'm not seeing any type of image because the video is still processing, but all I would have to go ahead and do is hit select right here, and it would go ahead and it would drop that in. Right now you're seeing that there's an error because there's no thumbnail. Again, that's only because my video was still not done processing. I hope this is helpful for you. I find it very helpful because I like to integrate, like I said, a lot of flipped teaching. You can share different steps of directions or different prompts with students on here, and they can physically go through your slideshow, which is really, really handy and awesome. So hopefully this is something you utilize in the future.